Hello, hello, OFP Nation, and welcome to another episode of Forex Focus, where we talk all about mastering the art of trading with a strong mindset. I am
Hello.
Maria, and this is who are you? Who are you?
I'm Andrea. Hi, guys.
Hey guys, Andrea, what is our topic today?
Hello, everyone. Today we are doing our 14th episode, and today we are talking about the psychology of trading. So it's going to be really interesting. So we will be really happy to have you all here chatting with us.
Yes. We're going to talk a little bit about market behavior and understanding
Yes.
market behavior. So this is going to be kind of an interesting topic to discuss.
Yes.
So I'm excited. Barry, are you excited?
Yeah, most definitely.
I know Barry's excited. Barry and I like to talk about stuff like this just for fun, right, Barry?
Mm-hmm.
And I like to ask you questions about the topics that we planned.
Yes.
So
Who is with us today? Please tell us your name and where you're from. We'd love to kind of connect and engage with you guys.
yes, please
Yeah,
do.
let us know. Let us know. Let us know who is with us. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Very kind.
Thank you
You know,
so much.
yes. It makes our job easier, being easy on the eyes, you know?
Exactly.
So we receive your positive energy, friend, and we return it back to you.
Yes.
We
Please
return
tune
that.
in with us.
If you could, where are you from? Is it Savan or is it like a Savan god? Where are you from?
Yes,
Much
please let us
love.
know.
Much love, brother or
Thank you
sister.
so much.
I don't want to assume.
Let us know. Let us know.
Let us-
Let us know, please. Yes.
Savan from India. Welcome, Savan from India.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. All right, Andrea, Barry, are you ready?
I
Are you
was
ready?
born ready.
He is
That's the
very
idea.
ready. Estoy lista.
Muy bien.
Very good.
Excelente. Perfect. So,
Thank you.
as usual, you know, guys, that I prepared some questions for you regarding this topic. So, to start up with the topic, which is the psychology of trading, I wanted to ask you guys, what is market psychology and how does it differ from traditional economic analysis?
Uh, well, okay, so I'll share my first thought that comes to mind, and then maybe Barry might have his own thought.
Yes, please do.
So, when I think about like market behavior, I think a lot about, like sometimes I think the two go hand in hand, right? So, and I think a lot about supply and demand. So if you've ever, Andrea, I don't know if you've ever had to take an economics class
Yes,
in
yes, I have.
college.
Yes.
So in economics, we learned the basics about supply and demand, right?
Right.
The thing that I didn't know as a trader, and a lot of traders, retail traders, I would say, don't know, is
Mhm.
that trading isn't just about drawing a support and resistance line. It isn't about drawing a trend line. It isn't about saying, oh, well, when this indicator does this and it does that, then I'll go here and it's a lot deeper than that. And it's important to know and understand that, especially, like depending, what market we're in, right? Because we're primarily in the currency market. But I would
Mhm.
even say things like even in the futures market, right? Um, People are legit going into the market, guys, because there's a genuine interest in purchasing a product. And there are certain buying decisions that are made and not made based upon supply and demand and where price is. So like I even like when I was, let's just take a break from Forex for a second. This, when I was learning about futures, for example, one of the things as a retail trader in the futures market that we're told is you have to make sure that, there's something called flattening, right? Your orders. You have to make sure you do that, because if you don't, you're legit buying oil. You're legit buying cattle, or you're
Okay.
legit selling corn, right? You're going to be expected to deliver this corn you just sold. you know, people
Exactly.
are the bigger players in the markets, like the big boys, bigger than retail traders. Price is everything, right? Because there's a
Mhm.
genuine interest in what's being bought and what's being sold for whatever reason that they need to make that buying or selling decision. So this helps me, like, personally as a trader, understanding that it's not just about some lines on a chart, and it's not just about some candles on a chart, but it's about people are coming here to make some purchasing decisions, and where the supply and demand is, where price is, all of that plays a major role in
Okay.
affecting how we analyze and how we make certain decisions. So that's
Mhm.
just my initial thought. Barry, I don't know if you have any additional thoughts.
Okay, well, yeah, yeah, you've talked a lot about how everything is connected per se, like when you buy a share or stock and everything like that.
Mhm.
Like there's a lot thought process that goes into it. Yeah, so I think you mentioned corn, is it, Ria?
I did mention corn.
Okay. Yeah, so for
Yes, I
example, yeah,
remember.
corn, you have to like you buy the share, of course, and yeah, it goes to the exchange. They see it. People that some people have bought corn, and a few are selling. So then, when it comes to the farmers, everything like that, they all make a decision. Like it's all commercial and everything like that. So they all make a
Mhm.
decision: how to increase prices or reduce prices based
Yep.
on the orders that we have seen, and everything. But I think that's more fundamental. But yeah, you just need to know that there's a lot involved. It's not just numbers. Yeah. Again,
Yeah.
also the weather plays a role. Yeah. So it's all up to them for them to decide what the price will be. And it's not just you clicking the button and then the price goes up. Yeah. And everything like
And
that.
and this is why we say, like, the market can be unpredictable, and the market can do what it does. Even, like, our technical analysis can be so great, right? But that doesn't mean that it's always going to hit every single time, because there are real people in the markets making real buying decisions. Some of them are, more logical buying decisions based on price, and some
Of
of
course.
them are emotional decisions. So these are things that impact, a lot of what's happening in the market, and this is why we say the market is unpredictable. And so, yeah.
So it goes
Mm.
way deeper than just like the things that you think that like market, the psychology of markets, because like you said, Rhea, like the markets can be unpredictable, so that's why it's like something that you have to pay attention every single day. And like Barry said, it's not just like pressing a button and that's it. So
Yeah.
yeah, remember that, guys, for anyone that is watching. And
Yeah,
now, how can I understand what?
there's a comment though
Oh
from
yeah, the second.
Savannah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Savan. I agree with Rhea so much. I feel like indicators are useless to completely rely on, and we actually have to analyze what the market is doing. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Price action, understanding price action and why price is moving the way that it is, why momentum is moving the way that it is, what's driving price up, what's pushing price down. Um,
Mhm.
it's those those things matter, and those things can help tremendously. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he also added that beginners who are taught the pattern and structure struggle a lot because they don't know how it's going to move, and understanding the market is not that simple. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. And now continuing with this same topic, and now like trying to understand why is it really important and why it is really important to have like a consistency in the markets, and like I'm trying to understand them and like studying them. How can understanding this market psychology improve trading decisions, and what are some specific benefits that can be offered?
Okay, so yeah, understanding the psychology in the market, I think, can help you make better decisions and non-emotional decisions, so to say, because let's just take for example NFP, which just happened last week Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were better than expected numbers, and yeah, the market did exactly what the numbers were predicted. Yeah, but if you try and do that next time, like you open up a sell or a buy, favoring the US dollar, you find it will go the opposite direction. It's not
Mm-hmm.
that the numbers were wrong or anything like that. It's sometimes a lot of factors, not just even the NFP numbers. Of course, the job numbers can be good, even way beyond than expected, but then it just goes the opposite direction. Then you wonder what's going on. That's because, first of all, they could have been decisions already made, or they could be other underlying factors that the market is anticipating. And yeah, and probably some people just don't feel like the price is good enough, like it can be overvalued, undervalued, all of that. So there's a lot of factors that goes in, so you need to understand those other things when you are trading. You don't just need to focus on just one number and then boom, you think you're going to make money. Of course you can make money in the short term, but in the long term it's a different story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Anything you want to add on, Ria?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay, I think you said
Okay.
it all. Bailey. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Now, my next question would be, what role does herd mentality play in financial markets, and how can traders avoid failing victim to this phenomenon? Falling, excuse me.
Hmm.
Should we talk about
You
Bitcoin
know,
here?
you know, there's this saying that goes, you remember being a kid? I don't know if anybody has ever said this to you, but growing up as a kid, I used to hear, well, if all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? You know? You know, you know
Yeah,
how sometimes, I don't know if your family, Andrea, like if you ever said to your parents, but my friends get to go, but my friends are doing it.
of course,
Parents
of
are
course.
like, oh, really? If all your friends jumped off a bridge,
I
would you go
remember
do
my mom saying that to me. Yeah,
it? Yeah, you know,
and she was right.
you're right.
Yeah,
Gosh, when I think about her mentality, I mean, it just is what it is, guys.
yeah,
When you don't understand, nor do you trust your own market analysis, it can be very easy for you to be swayed by the decisions other people are making in the markets. Other
yeah.
people are panicking and they're making certain market decisions that if they really would just conduct their own market analysis, maybe it really won't make sense to make that kind of impulsive decision. So when I think about herd mentality, right, I see it as, again, this is something it's emotional driven. It's decisions that are based out of emotion, specifically the emotion, oftentimes fear, which we see a lot of if there are prices being like driven down for specific stocks, and people have maybe their retirement or things like that, and they're freaking out and they start pulling their money out. Meanwhile, you look at the bigger guys like Warren Buffett, for example, or whatever. Are they doing that? No, so I think it's extremely important. I think one of the best ways that traders can avoid falling victim to that is just understanding how to conduct their own analysis of the markets, right? And developing their own confidence in their own analysis and their own decision making for handling their own finances and their financial portfolio, whatever that might be, whatever that might look like. Um, but that's my thought.
Yeah.
Very.
I don't know. Barry, do you want to add
Um,
something?
yeah. Uh, yes. I was concentrating on what Rio was saying, and then my thoughts were just there because, like, she
Hmm.
talked about how some people have put their money in retirement, and others
Yeah.
are freaking out, and then Warren Buffett, he's just like chilled.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's what actually it's all about. I think I've heard of something called the Fear Greed Index.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's that. So, and there's also like the VIX. The VIX is also something that predicts volatility in the market. Like if there's a panic, and then the higher it goes, the more volatile the market will be, and so forth. So when um you see a lot of people are like selling, everyone decides to sell, and you can think, oh, I'm missing out. Let me sell as well,
Yeah.
and you find that that wasn't the best idea. Yeah,
Hmm.
but it goes deep. It goes deep. I've watched even a lot of videos. It's not even just like let's say these easy markets, like easy known markets like Nas 100 and the like, but it also goes into stuff like stocks, certain particular stocks like GameStop. It was like a religion for them. So yo, I feel, yeah, herd mentality is really bad in that you can end up losing a lot of money just because a lot of people believe in a certain thing, and you think, oh, the hype is worth it,
Yeah.
and you're putting all of your money again
Just
trading. They
because of
always,
the fear of missing out, right?
Ah,
yes, yes.
and that
And in
happens
trading,
with
they always say,
Bitcoin, right, Barry? That
okay,
happens with Bitcoin a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Bitcoin, ugh, y'all, people, the price of Bitcoin, right, gets driven up, and people are like, I need to buy. I need to buy. That is not the time you buy. That is not the time you buy. And then they see
Mhm.
Bitcoin having a correction, and price now is dropping, and it's dropping significantly, and
Hmm.
now it's like, ah.
No. Yeah. All
Oh,
I
because
need to
of the
sell.
fear of missing out.
yeah, all
So.
because everybody else was buying Bitcoin. So then everybody was like, I need to buy Bitcoin too, because
Mhm.
my next door neighbor is buying Bitcoin, and my boss is buying Bitcoin, and my grandma on my
Mhm.
mom's
That
side
is not a
is
good idea.
buying Bitcoin. So I guess I should buy Bitcoin too.
But no, don't do it. It's
No,
not a
you
good
gotta
idea.
Yeah.
listen, you gotta know how to analyze for yourself and make the decision
Right.
based on what you see and not based upon what everybody else is doing. That's important.
Hmm.
Keep that
It
in mind,
actually
guys.
reminds me, yeah, it actually reminds me of one person I know. I don't know, just during that Bitcoin mania, when Bitcoin hit 3,000, they bought it at 10,000. When it reached 17, then it went to
Uh,
10, then it went to 3. They were like, oh my gosh, I put my life savings into this. Bitcoin is down,
Oh no.
everything, like we never
yeah.
recover. But then what price is it at now? I think they even sold it at 10,000 and be
Mm,
like, oh, I've gotten my money back. But then it skyrocketed.
yep.
Yeah. So I don't
That's
know if they
crazy.
decided to get there again, but they always say invest what you can afford to lose, not your whole life savings.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. I say that all the time. I'm like, can I afford to lose this if I lose it? Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. I could
Yeah.
lose $100 to bet on a sports game, but that's it.
Like a small loss.
That's
But
it.
then,
I can
yeah.
lose $100. I can't lose more than that. So yeah,
Keep that in mind, please,
keep that in
guys.
mind.
Don't let emotions or FOMO influence you because it can get really bad. So, yeah.
Definitely.
Mm-mm. Well, now I have a longer question for you. So, try to analyze this and then you can give me your answers. How can fundamental analysis be combined with psychological insights to make more informed trading decisions? And what factors should be considered when assessing both the intrinsic value of an asset and the prevailing market sentiment?
Okay. Um, yeah, I'll give maybe an example. Let's go back to um, what can I say? Hard commodities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like wheat, corn, you name it. Yeah. So, yeah, like for example, if the fundamentals, like let's say on gold, because I've been seeing news mostly that China is now buying gold again,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so again, you need to also think about the psychological aspects. Like, okay, everybody knows about this news. China is buying gold, but is it really something that can make the market go up? Are people also seeing this news as well? If the answer is yes, then you need to trade a little bit more carefully because that means a lot of people will be buying in, and then there might be someone on the other side who's actually waiting for all the orders to be a lot, then they actually dump it. So you need to also look at that. And then you also talked about what factors to consider when assessing both the intrinsic value of an asset and prevailing market sentiment. So yeah, there's many ways to check market sentiment, like the website which provide that, and also just what people are talking about. So, like for example, I have said China is buying gold. Does that mean you should buy gold today? Just based off that news? No, not really. And also the intrinsic value of the asset. Gold is like close to all-time highs. What does that mean? Does that mean it will continue going up? It's 50-50. You need to think about that. It's 50-50. I personally still think gold has some more downside to go before it actually goes up. So I think that's also what happened a few months ago. There was some news regarding gold, and everybody was talking about it. And then gold like became stagnant for a bit, then massively dropped. Then it's like people started to panic. Then from there, that's when it rose again, and then now look where it is.
Okay.
So that's a lot of things you need to consider. Like, of course, the news may be good, but is that the right time to buy? The answer could be no or yes. Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
Eh,
Anything you want to add, Rhea?
No, I don't have anything that I want to add.
Just
That's
like keep consistency in like the information that you consume every day to make better decisions, basically.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so now how can traders develop a long-term perspective and resist the temptation to focus on short-term gain?
So,
Because that I think that is something really common, right? To like fall into this temptation.
well, here's the thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with having short-term and long-term goals for your games,
Mm-hmm.
especially from a psychological perspective, because it's quite common that we kind of after a period of time, especially like I want to say within like 90 days, you know, we can get like very discouraged or like lose motivation, if certain goals are just too far out, you know. Um, so I don't think there's anything wrong with developing a long term, like having both long term and short term perspectives, especially since in the retail trading world, most of us are on a day to day kind of thing. You know, we're going in to get our daily bread. It's like, okay, $100 a day keeps the 9 to 5 away, you know? So so yeah, I mean, that's kind of my initial thought about that. Um, I won't say too much more. Maybe Barry has something that initially popped in his head he wants to share.
Okay, yeah. When it comes to like short-term gains, they sometimes don't last that long. That's all I can
Mhm.
say because markets do change. Yeah,
Right.
there are markets where you can make short-term gains, of course, and there are markets where you just need to be more long-term. But I do believe like being long-term overall is the best thing to do because you catch the bigger move, not the
Yes.
short term move and everything like that. So I feel long term gains are more, what can I say, lucrative than short term gains. Short term gains, you just need to be careful on how you assess those, I can say. Like you
Okay.
can enter once in a while, get a 10 to 1, great, but it shouldn't be habitual. That there are some people out there who can do the short term gains really well. And for them, short term could be like 1, 2, 3 days, and then they have taken their profit. That's what I've seen. But like 15 minutes, you're in, the next 15 minutes, you're out. I believe
Mhm.
that will hurt your account more than anything because there's a lot of things you need to consider. There's commissions and spread. Those things rack
Yes.
up if you're just trading a lot in a short
Yeah.
period of time. Mhm.
That's actually a really good point, Barry. I didn't even
Yes.
think of that. That's very true. I still think it's okay to have a combination of the two,
Hmm.
personally.
Like a balance.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think I think balance, like for me, I definitely want to have stuff that I'm holding for years at a time. But then I
Mm-hmm.
also want to have but then I want to have stuff that I'm just holding for a couple of weeks, Like
Right.
so
Yeah.
I think I think just having kind of like a mixture is good and it could be good. And I think it also just it depends on a person's personality. You know, there are
Right.
some there you know, there are some people who have anxiety with long-term trading, but with short-term trading they don't. And then people like me, short-term trading gives me anxiety. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I just I if I have always found far more success by looking at the long-term picture, but again, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a combination of the two.
I think that's really interesting. Both of the things that you said, guys, because like it depends on each specific context of each specific trader. And I like the way that you said that it depends on every single person's personality and like trading style. And yeah, it just depends on the moment. So thank you so much for both of your answers, guys. And for my last question, I wanted to ask you, what role does herd mentality play in financial? Oh no, I just asked that. The thing that we said about the herd mentality. Excuse me.
Yeah,
So
jumping off the
I don't know
train.
if you want to add anything else about this topic, about the psychology, um, the market psychology, because those were all my questions that I had prepared for you. Or if
I
you want
think
to.
Savan God wanted to say something like
Okay, yeah,
after
I
we
think
said
he
when,
he said
yeah.
I want to share something about the indicator when I started learning, but I'll let you guys finish first. I just finished, so if you want to share what you wanted to share, please do. If you're still with us, are you still with us? I hope you are.
He may not be because it does say we have 0 live viewers right now.
Oh, that's
Uh,
sad.
they didn't like hearing about this. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't say that, please.
No, I was just saying, sometimes talking about supply and demand, the economic stuff can be kind of, like,
Like maybe like yeah, like not
yeah,
boring but heavy or something.
yeah. Oh, well,
Those were
if,
all of my questions.
and if nobody has no questions at all, no questions.
Nope.
How do you say question in your country's language, Barry?
I think it's amafuso. Yeah, something like that.
Ama
Amafunso.
amafu
Amafunso.
Amafu,
Yes.
amafunso.
Yeah, amafunso.
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 Yeah,
Pregunta.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Amafu.
pregunta.
Pregunta or
Pregunta.
domanda.
Domande.
Mhm.
And that's it. Question.
Yeah, I mean, those are our languages here at OFP.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel when you first passed the challenge account? That is a good question. Barry, have you ever taken a challenge and passed?
Yes, yes, yes. Many times and past many times.
Good
Yeah,
for
the only
you.
worst part is you can't keep it for long. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
That's what my perspective. Like because of drawdowns, sometimes for me it's just been drawdowns. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes a position maybe a little bit too much. Sometimes you want to experiment, like oh maybe I can make it get rich quick scheme right now, that type of thing. Yeah, so for me it's just been drawn down, like mainly daily drawdown, not max drawdown. But yeah, it's asking how I felt.
Yeah.
Well, it felt incredible. Like, okay, it's time to earn money.
Yes. Okay, so for me, I I went directly into instant funding, which is why I work for OFP because I went and I got an instant funding account with OFP last October, November. Um, I was
So
trying to pass
almost a year.
almost a year ago, and
Hmm.
I was trying to pass a challenge and I wasn't getting it. But then for some reason I went to instant funding and I was doing fine. And I got a payout. So I can't tell you how it felt to pass a challenge, but I can tell you how it felt to get my first ever payout from trading, especially since it was almost a 5-figure payout.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I cried. That's how I felt. I cried. I was overwhelmed with so much joy and just
Right.
like
Of course. You
like it
cry, but
was
like of joy, not like
yeah,
sadness.
it was it was the best feeling in the world. It was so surreal. I couldn't believe
Mhm.
it because now it wasn't I'm just trading on this account, but now
Mhm.
it's like I open up my bank account and my bank account has like all this extra money in it that it never had before. So it was
Wow.
like, ah.
So
um,
so beautiful, so surreal.
so it makes the journey that we are on as traders so worth it, Savan, because this is not an easy journey for most of us. It can be very hard. It could be overwhelming. It can be lonely sometimes. So when you have such a major victory like that, whether it's passing a challenge or getting your first payout, it's just such an amazing feeling. And so it's so worth it to keep pushing and keep fighting for your dream, whatever that dream is, um, because it's going to be so worth it. So that's all I can say. And yes, I hope so too. I am taking a challenge right now. It's been a journey, but I'll be passing soon, I'm sure. So definitely, thank you so much. Yes, Savan. It's a hard journey because people have the stereotypical idea about trading that it's gambling and people lose money, but it's like you got to learn this just like anything. Yes, I usually tell people, Savan, that um, if you can go to college or university for 4 years to get a bachelor's degree, or if you can go to school for 8 years, 4 years undergraduate, 4 years graduate to get a doctor, a medical degree, then you can spend 4 to 8 years studying and learning how to master the markets. If you can pay somebody money to teach you something that's not, in my opinion, if you could do that, then you could do that for trading. And I usually tell people,
Definitely.
have that mindset like you're coming to university and you got to get a 4-year degree, or you got to get an undergrad degree, then you got to go and get your graduate degree, and then maybe your PhD, but get it in trading. Like, dedicate yourself to that, because when you do that, your life, eventually will just never be the same. So,
Love
yes.
that.
I know I was saying a lot.
But I love it.
Definitely. I think that's awesome, Savan. Good for you. That's a good industry, but don't give
Yeah.
up on your trading. Definitely don't give up on your trading.
You
Keep
can
your
do, you
day
can do
job.
both.
Keep your day job, but mind your business, right? Always have something of your own,
Right.
because you having a skill like trading, like nobody can take that away from you. That's yours for life. A person can take a job from you, but they can't take your trading skills from you. So that's all I can say about that. Barry, you want to say anything before we go?
No, I think you covered it really well, especially with that whole master's and undergrad
Your bachelor
example. Yeah.
degree and everything. Yeah. I love that.
Mhm.
That's how it
It's like
needs to
a
be.
life lesson.
That's how it
Yep.
needs to be. I'm still in my graduate program. So, but all right, all right. Well, I mean, thanks so much, Savan, and for whoever else was hanging out with us today. We appreciate you guys so much. It's always a pleasure talking and engaging with you guys and just kind of having these discussions, If
Yeah.
you got any value from it today, just be sure to let us know, leave us some love, share with any other fellow trader that you think could get any kind of value from it. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified right away when we go live or when we upload something new.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us like every single week. And lastly, remember to stay sharp, keep a winning mindset, and remember that with Forex Focus, success is just one trade away. Thank you so
Oh,
much for being here.
and one more thing. We
Yeah.
have an awesome buy one, get one free deal going on right
Yes,
now.
we do.
You get
Yes, we
2
do.
accounts, instant funding accounts for the price of one. There are 2 package options to choose from.
Yep.
So there is a special link for that. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
I could put it in the chat for our friends who want to go check it out.
Yes, for anyone that is interested, it is a really good offer and a really good opportunity. So if you are interested, please don't let this go. Like,
Yes,
I wouldn't do
definitely
that.
check out our 2 buy one get one free offers that we have and
Yes.
see if there's one there for you. But other than that,
Thank you so much, guys, for being here with us.
thank you. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.